The vast majority of Americans is not able to do a push-up at all. Not mentioning like 5, 10, 15 push-ups, man, 20. That's an elite performance, bruh. And so I've got a question for you. Are you an American which falls into the minority of those who can do push-ups? Or like even European, Asian, man, doesn't matter. Basically, can you do push-ups? And if you say yes, man, yes, I cannot do push-ups. I can. And those push-ups looks like this. You cannot do push-ups. This is horrible. Stop them right away. Because today I'm gonna teach you how to do a proper push-ups. So the only thing you need to learn a push-up is pretty obvious one. A floor. Okay, yeah, push-up compared to a pull-up is a lot less demanding skill. And so if you are on this planet Earth and you are not floating in the endless universe, then you're good. And now it is the time for the option requirement. Oh yeah, hell boy, the first thing, very optional. Mountain Dew, oh my god, 360 no scope, oh my god. The second optional equipment for learning a push-up, which will help you quite a lot, I would say. It will make especially the grip more comfortable for you. Wait a second. Oh yeah, Paralletts. I'd say that if you are usable in normal world, you know, outside of making YouTube videos, then you can build yourself some like DIY, buy yourself some tubes, PVC tubes. This is very helpful and I'm also quite like addicted to it because I find doing push-ups on the floor almost like I'm a little bit cheating those push-ups because, of course, if you know physics, with this you will enlarge the range of motion. Another optional thing, calisthenics part. You have again multiple strategies how to learn a push-up, sure. Oh, maybe like 3, 4, I don't know. Actually, I'd say that you have to be around something, you know. You can be in the middle of forest and that will be still better than being on a field without anything. The last optional thing, again, will be a resistance band you can again use to support your weight to like, you know, reduce your body weight while you are doing those push-ups. But in this case, no, not like in those pull-ups. I never did that. You can try it, but take this just as a reminder for those pull-ups. You understand? You understand? Oh yeah. Sorry, I have to stop. First strategy, and those of you who watched the pull-up video, now you would say that we will do Australian push-ups because we are like, nah. Sorry, nah. These are simply push-ups against the wall, let's say. That's why I said you basically nothing, but you need at least something like you, yeah, so you need something. We'll again use our good old bar around like this high to your nipples. The strategy, the technique behind this is the same like with those Australian pull-ups. And so you'll start basically... No, you won't start because now I have to tell you the most important thing when it comes to push-ups. Never flare out your elbows. Never point your elbows complete like to the 90 degrees. Correct form of push-up, the elbow, you know, you can play with it a little bit, find a sweet spot for you, because for me, you know, back in the days, I did a lot of push-up like military style with elbows touching my sides. But these days, because my elbow feels a little bit weird, I do them a little bit like 45 degrees. I like customize the form a little bit, but the basic way how to do push-up is still the same. Either this or this. Never do it like that. Okay, got it. Another thing to the technique, keep everything tight. Despite this exercise is an upper body move, still use your abs, activate the whole core, activate your glutes, squeeze them like a face hugger is onto you. Even though like it wouldn't matter because he's that strong that he will go through it or whatever. Yeah, it's a basically full body exercise. Same like in handstand, you keep everything tight. Keep it tight. Same with the pull-ups. Let's go back to the strategy. Yeah, shall we? Shall we? British English, what the hell? Same like with those Australian pull-ups. The lower you'll go, the harder it will get. One thing you kinda need to be lucky in is to have a calisthenics park which has multiple bars, 3 bars at different heights, because that one is the lowest one you can possibly use for this strategy. Then you have, for example, this ladder, and you cannot really like scale up the difficulty by going lower and lower. You can try. Alright, so that's the only downside of this strategy, because you just have to have multiple either bars or objects to scale up the difficulty to make it progressively harder and harder, those push-ups. And like I mentioned in the previous pull-up video, in this calisthenics training, bodyweight training, you gotta be creative. And the thing I totally forgot about this is that I have these table tennis tables. And so you can use them as a progression. Maybe you can find like small wall made out of bricks in the middle of forest. What the hell, man? You can also use that as a progression because it is still elevated. So the bar table tennis, and then those window things, and then you will end up on the ground. Moving on to the second type of strategy. No, I'm just kidding. I will open my Mountain Dew this the time. Oh yeah, boy. The second strategy, as I said, very well known, and for some men it will be very, can we say devastating? Like, you know, oh man, I won't do this strategy, man, I won't do push-ups on knees. But like technically that's a really good variation of push-up, really good progression, and yeah, like drop down your ego, man, drop down your ego and do push-ups on knees. Have I ever done push-ups? Well, I've done push-ups on knees many times as a like job set, you know, you will do max push-ups and then you will drop down to easier progression, and I did it like that. Push-ups on knees. What else I should say, man? Like, you know, it's pretty straightforward. Start off with those push-ups or against the wall, then go on a lower bar, and then you can go on the knees. So mix it up. Still the same rules form, let's say. Don't forget about the face hugger. Alright, so we keep moving because our body is made to be moving. Let's stand up. Yeah, we can possibly skip the resistance band thing. You know, there's nothing really I can tell you about it more. You will just wrap around yourself a resistance band and you can scale up the difficulty by using less and less resistance. Sure. And so the fourth one. Go spider weapon. Fly! Fourth strategy is by doing again negatives. You have to be, I would say, somehow strong to be able to do this correctly, because, you know, just by dropping down instantly, that will do nothing really. You have to control it at least somehow. I'm not saying that the whole downward phase of the push-up has to be 10 seconds long. Of course, that would be possibly the, well, if you can do 5 seconds negative, that's pretty good. And so is the same freaking thing like with those pull-ups, push-ups, handstand push-ups, everything in calisthenics world. Negatives will essentially make you be able to do the positive, you know, going up. This applies to every single variation, right? To those push-ups against the wall, but you have to be really weak to, like, you know, not be able to even... Negatives are the way, man. Now let's move very quickly back onto those paralletts I showed you at the beginning. Why you should buy them when everything you can do on the floor. When you're starting this whole push-ups journey, your wrists might be like really sore at the beginning because you, for example, lack flexibility in them. Don't forget the warm-up. Also, another really good benefit of having paralletts, so I don't know what I'm doing, is the unlimited variations which you will possibly achieve even with normal, like, you know, placing on the hand. Placing your hand on the ground. But with those paralletts, the grip will be so much better. You will never understand until you try. Of course, there are multiple variations of paralletts. These are almost the smallest because I believe there's one more size. And if I somehow forgot it, the increased range of motion is actually for beginners a bad thing, because, you know, if you can do push-ups, why I should even increase the range of motion, and that will be extreme for you. But once you will build it oh, kurva! More advanced, you can use them and increase your range of motion. As I said, for me, doing push-ups on the floor, I have such a weird feeling from that. Oh, that's just my weird feeling, don't care about that. How many of push-ups an average guy should be able to do in a row without, you can rest, but like without falling, before collapsing totally and be not able to do any more push-ups? Good question. In the pull-up video, I said that average guy should be able to do at least 10 pull-ups. And so when technically push-ups are half of the difficulty, almost like you are pushing 60% of your body weight, 20 push-ups. Come on, 20 push-ups. I know that a lot of people will say, 20 push-ups, man, that's nothing. I'm doing 50, 60 push-ups in a row for breakfast. Yeah, but like many times I see someone doing, like, for example, 100 push-ups in a row. Once they will surpass like 30, 40 push-ups, the form just like drastically goes down, and I don't see the purpose. Now again, the question, another question, second question. How many push-ups am I able to do before collapsing? So guys, there you have it. I actually don't know, again, I lost count even like after 10, but for sure 20, at least 20 I did them. So I'm an average, oh yeah boy. Actually I would say that I would be able to do at least another 5, but I will be pulling those reps out of my butt, so you know, the form also started to break apart. You know, good performance for me not working out actively really, so I'm good with that. Definitely comment down below how many push-ups can you do. I'm very curious to see how fit you are, and thank you for watching. Now you know if you can do them, how to learn them. So hopefully it will be helpful.